Imagine stepping into a forest, a place of silence. Or is it? Plants are secretly talking to each other, sharing warnings, and even forming alliances. Yes, the trees, flowers, and grasses under your feet are engaged in a fascinating conversation you can't hear. Welcome to the mysterious world of plant communication. Stick around, because what you're about to learn will change the way you look at nature forever. 1. Volatile organic compounds, VOCs, the airborne warning system. Plants communicate above ground primarily through volatile organic compounds, VOCs, tiny chemical molecules that travel through the air. These compounds act as airborne signals when a plant encounters stress such as herbivores, disease, or environmental changes. When a plant is attacked by insects, it releases specific VOCs that neighboring plants can detect. These signals prompt the surrounding plants to prepare for potential attacks by activating their own defense systems. Researchers have observed that when one tomato plant, Solanum lycopersicum, is infested with caterpillars, it emits VOCs. Nearby plants, upon detecting these signals, begin producing defensive chemicals like protease inhibitors to make their leaves less palatable to herbivores. VOCs do more than warn neighboring plants, they can also call in reinforcements. For example, maize plants under caterpillar attack release a cocktail of VOCs that attract parasitic wasps, natural enemies of the caterpillars. This ingenious method of indirect defense helps keep herbivores in check. 2. Mycorrhizal networks, the underground internet. Beneath the soil lies an even more intricate communication network. Mycorrhizal networks, often referred to as the Wood Wide Web. These networks are formed by symbiotic fungi that connect the roots of multiple plants, allowing them to share resources and information. Studies have shown that plants connected via mycorrhizal networks can warn each other of impending threats. For instance, if one plant is attacked by a pathogen, it sends chemical signals through the fungal network, prompting nearby plants to activate their defenses. Plants in need, such as those shaded by larger plants or those in nutrient-poor soil, can receive carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus from their neighbors via the fungal network. Research published in Ecology Letters demonstrated that barley plants, Hordeum vulgare, connected by mycorrhizal fungi were able to send signals about aphid attacks. The uninfested plants responded by producing chemical defenses even before aphids reached them. Scientists estimate that 90% of land plants are connected to mycorrhizal fungi, forming vast networks that span entire ecosystems. This highlights the critical role of fungal networks in plant survival and environmental stability. 3. Eavesdropping on VOCs, a survival strategy. Plants are not just passive signalers. They also eavesdrop on signals emitted by other species. This ability to detect and respond to VOCs allows plants to gain an advantage in their environment. The parasitic dodder plant, Cuscuta pentagona, is a master at locating its host. Lacking the ability to photosynthesize, dodder relies entirely on host plants for survival. Researchers found that dodder seedlings can sniff out the VOCs emitted by potential hosts like tomato plants and grow toward them. Experiments with sagebrush, Artemisia tridentata, and wild tobacco, Nicotiana attenuata, revealed that wild tobacco plants near damaged sagebrush increase their production of nicotine, a potent herbivore deterrent. The sagebrush's VOCs acted as a warning system, helping neighboring tobacco plants prepare for herbivores. 4. Electrical signals in plants, the hidden language. Plants also communicate internally using electrical signals transmitted through their vascular tissues. Similar to the way nerves transmit information in animals, these signals allow plants to respond quickly to external stimuli. The Venus flytrap, Dionea muscipula, showcases the rapid transmission of electrical signals. When an insect touches the plant's sensory hairs, it triggers an electrical signal that causes the trap to snap shut. Electrical signaling is not just limited to carnivorous plants. Recent studies have shown that plants like Arabidopsis can transmit electrical signals to activate defense genes, helping them respond more effectively to threats. 5. Chemical signals in roots, sharing and competition. While much of plant communication happens above ground, the underground realm is equally dynamic. Roots release a variety of chemical signals to communicate with neighboring plants, fungi, and even bacteria. Some plants, like black walnut trees, Juglans nigra, release chemicals into the soil to inhibit the growth of nearby competitors. This phenomenon, known as allelopathy, helps these plants secure resources. Legumes, such as soybeans and clover, release chemical signals called flavonoids to attract nitrogen-fixing bacteria. In turn, the bacteria help the plants by converting atmospheric nitrogen into a form they can use. Interesting statistics. 1. VOCs. Plants can emit over 100 different types of VOCs, depending on the species and environmental conditions. 2. Mycorrhizal networks. These fungal networks can span hundreds of square meters, connecting trees, shrubs, and grasses in a single ecosystem. 3. Dodder plants. In experiments, dodder seedlings grew 80% faster toward chambers containing host plant VOCs compared to control chambers. 4. Electrical signaling speed. Electrical signals in plants travel at speeds of 3 to 5 centimeters per second, allowing for relatively quick responses. Plant communication reveals a hidden world of intelligence and cooperation, challenging the perception of plants as passive life forms. From airborne chemical warnings to underground networks and electrical signaling, plants have evolved sophisticated ways to survive and thrive in their environments. As science continues to uncover these secrets, it becomes increasingly clear that plants are far more dynamic and interconnected than we ever imagined. Perhaps future research will uncover even more about the language of plants, inspiring innovations in agriculture, ecology, and beyond. So, the next time you walk through a forest or admire your garden, remember, plants aren't just growing. They're talking, forming alliances and fighting battles in ways we're only beginning to understand. From sending distress calls in the air to creating underground superhighways, plants are far more intelligent than we give them credit for. What do you think about this hidden world of communication? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button if you found this as fascinating as we did. See you next time.